Halftime Entertainment, Trap Music Mondays on the Nothing But Net channel. That is the NBA and WNBA official channel. DJ Nolita. I'm here with Jadah Blue. For those of you who don't know Miss Big Blue, she's a very talented neo-trap artist from New York. Also a very good friend of mine, and she's here to tell us about her very anticipated upcoming projects. Jadah, what's poppin'?
Yes, what's good?
How are you, my love?
I'm chilling. How are you?
That's great to hear. I'm good. It's also a pleasure to have you on Dash Radio.
Of course. I'm happy that you're having me. You sound sexy on here.
Damn, thank you. Yes, this is the official NBA channel, WNBA channel, where we cover the collaboration between music and sports too. So tell us where you're from, Jadah.
Fire. So I'm from Rochester, New York. It's a small town near Buffalo in Canada. Like right outside of Buffalo. It's like 6 hours away from New York City. But yeah, it's a small town. One of them cities where everybody kind of know everybody.
Nice. And were you born and raised there?
Yeah, I was born and raised there. My mom, she's she's not from there. My mother is Haitian, but she was born in Jacksonville, Florida. So my grandmother, she just moved up to New York.
So you also been around a little bit too. Like, you've been to a lot of different places. You said Florida, like.
Yeah.
Have you been to Haiti?
No, I haven't been yet.
Oh my God.
I can't wait to go. You know what's so crazy? Our season finale for the show, we were supposed to go to Haiti.
Right.
And the irony of that is nobody wanted to sign the Zika form, so they kind of just like dubbed it.
Wait, why nobody wanted to sign the form?
Because it's basically like if you contract this virus, and we was there in production time, right. So if anything happened, we on their dime, so they got to compensate us for everything, medical bills, anything.
Right.
So that people didn't want to chance that.
They this is a bag for each and every one of these people, okay?
Yeah, and it's like, if y'all don't want to risk it, don't sign it.
Right.
We don't got to go, so we just end up going to Miami.
Right. Oh, well, you know what? That's still
that's
close.
The closest thing to it anyway. Yeah, we got a little Haiti.
So tell me, how was it growing up in Rochester?
Rochester is I grew up in the projects. And then I ended up moving to the suburbs. So it was like a complete difference. But I'm super thankful for it because it taught me how to be super diverse, and it taught me how to basically turn it on and turn it off when I'm in the presence of other people.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you could put me in a room full of anybody. You know what I mean? Any type of people it is. You could put me in a room with the gangsters. You could put me in a room
those are the best kind of people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was super thankful for it. I'm super diverse because of that. But
that's beautiful.
Growing up in Rochester, it was dope. It was fun. Everybody kind of know everybody. So the people that you know from your childhood, you end up growing up with into your adult years. And the sad thing is, because it's a small city, you kind of know everybody's business, and when something tragic happens, it kind of affects everybody deeply because everybody's so close-knit and it's such a small town. But yeah, Rochester was pretty dope. Everywhere you go, you got negativity. Everywhere you go, you got drama. Fact. Everywhere you go, you got haters and shit like that.
I feel like everywhere you have, you have your certain areas where it's just a lot of heartfelt. Everybody's like a family. Is and
that's how it was growing up in the projects. Like, my mom used to work a lot, so it's like my brother, he's like 7 years older than me, so. It was a lot of times where I'd just be in the streets, wondering. But it was still, in the specific project, I just wasn't out in the streets. I don't want to put that out there. Sorry, Ma.
Right.
Making you seem like you was unfit.
She going to be like,
Right, exactly. But, it was like a family. So it was like if people see you, they looked after for you. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. But that's also the beauty of it. That's also the beauty of it. Because I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and it's the same way in my hood. Like, everybody knows everybody. Everybody looks out for everybody.
Exactly.
If I have a problem in the store and, the dope dealers is there,
they give you some money, give you a couple dollars. You might see them shooting dice or something.
Exactly.
And then, get a dollar?
Exactly. I be making them boys take me to go get eyelash glue and everything. Like, can y'all drive me to the hair store? But yeah, it's like a family. So that's the beauty in it. That's the beauty of it.
Most definitely.
So when did you get to LA, and how long have you been out here?
I moved to LA in December. I moved to LA December 3rd. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had just quit TV. I had just left basically everything that I had going for myself back at home. And I just was I just got in a season to where I needed something in my life. I don't really know what I needed, you know. So it was just
Right.
like, all right, maybe I need to do a change of scenery,
Right,
change
right.
of environment, change of plans,
And
change
you
of
know
career
what?
path.
It's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Because
sometimes
that's very healthy. Sometimes
yeah,
that's
you
what
have
need.
to. You know what I mean? And I came to a place where I kind of felt like I had already basically like conquered what I needed to in my town. So it was like, you could be a big fish in a small pond, but
Yep.
are you really a big fish if you in a small pond? So it
Yep.
was like I had to go to an unfamiliar place. I had to be around people that I didn't know. I had to get uncomfortable again because I was so
Yep.
comfortable to the point where I felt like I started to become stagnant.
And you know what? Growth is uncomfortable.
And it has to. And you know, like a lot of times people have this misconception of like change is being like a negative thing, but like if you're not changing, you're not evolving.
That's a
if you're not
fact.
evolving, you're not growing.
That's a fact.
You're not growing, you're not living.
And everybody should
You know what
want to
I'm saying?
grow.
Exactly.
And that's
Exactly.
that's a message that I try to
Exactly.
spread very often. Like, you know,
Most definitely.
change starts from within, and it's a challenge, but you're gonna think yourself in the long run.
Yeah, you have to, man. You have to. And then like, you know, with me moving out here, I had to spend a lot of time alone.
Right.
Had to really isolate myself. You know,
Get
and-
your mind right.
Yeah, I had to really understand what isolation, like it brings you to elevation. Like I had to really understand that. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
And during that time I spent that time alone, like I realized a lot of things that I wasn't too like clear on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to remove yourself physically and mentally from certain situations for you to see it through the lens that it's supposed to be saw through.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was a lot of times like I was super oblivious to a lot of different things. I didn't want to see certain things. And it's like you really got to kind of take a step back to really be able to see when you about to move forward. You know
I
what
do
mean?
remember us having a conversation about this, and you were saying that you also practice seeing things in other people's perspectives too.
Yeah,
to get a better understanding
exactly,
for
exactly.
yourself.
And like, you know, for a long time I was one dimensional, and it was to where like I will only see things from my perspective and my point of view from my lens.
Right. And I feel like we've all been there before.
Yeah, and you have to realize it's like, you know, it's not you and a person against each other, it's you and that person against the problem.
Yep.
So it's like I had to look at things from a different perspective because
Yep.
like that's the only way sometimes you could like really come up with a solution to the problems in your life and the people around you. You know what I'm
You're
saying? So you
absolutely
have to
correct.
look at it from a different perspective. I couldn't be like closed in. I couldn't be one dimensional. I couldn't be selfish.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
That's a fact.
yeah, me
Agreed,
spending a lot of
100%.
time alone, it just made me be more appreciative, more understanding to people and to things. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. All right.
definitely.
Jada, let's
Yes.
get into it, sis, because you got a lot going on. You got a lot coming up, and you have done a lot.
Yes.
And
yes.
this is, you know, this is your opportunity again to let people know what the hell is going on.
Exactly.
So many people know you, if they don't know you through your music or, you know, your very eccentric and unique style. They might know you from Black Ink New York.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what made you want to get into reality TV.
The crazy thing is, I never wanted to get into reality TV. Like, I don't even like watching TV. Like, I hate it, to be honest.
Watching TV.
Yeah, and primarily I hate it because I just don't really like the way that they depict women.
Right.
You know, they always give us like the narrative of being like an angry Black woman,
Right.
Or like
And it puts
messy
us-
Black women.
Yep.
They
And
always,
it puts us in a place where we
Yeah.
don't want, where we feel uncomfortable expressing ourselves.
yeah,
Not
and-
saying
and
we
it-
still don't, because
Yeah.
we do.
exactly.
But we feel like hesitant in expressing ourselves.
Guarded, super guarded. And
because
it's
it's like, oh, then they're gonna paint me out to be
this kind of way, and,
Right.
and you know, with reality TV, it's a lot of that. Like you have to be super like aware of the things you say,
Yep.
the things you do on and off camera, because it's like when you filming a reality show, whether you know it or not, everything is story. Everything is story. I could go walk outside right now and get into it with somebody, and somebody pull a camera out. If it make it on the internet until somebody see it, now I have to put that in my story.
and it's something that could go viral.
Exactly. And it could be something that's super uncomfortable that
Right.
end up getting a lot of attention that you don't want to have on you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like, it's so easy to be painted and have a light on you that you don't want to be received in. It's just like, you know, with reality TV, again, like I was saying, with women, like they always kind of put us against each other. It's not really like empowering. It's not
Right.
really uplifting. And apparently, like the consumers, the viewers, drama is what sell. Drama is what keep the people going. So it's like, you know, you either want your job or you don't.
No, that's a fact.
You
What do
want
you
your
what do you
job.
think about the viral age that we live in right now?
I think it's like it's good as far as like if you're doing the right things to go viral, or you trying to, get traffic, if you promoting something, whether you have a brand or something like that. But if you one of those people, like I seen a video of somebody, they took a Paddock watch and they broke it. They said they crashed their car and they went and bought another one. Then they did some wild, and it ended up going viral. And it's just like, I feel like, we living in a day and age where we making anybody famous.
It's a way to do everything.
Yeah, it's always a way to do everything. And it's like, we living in a day and age where we really making anybody famous. And it's like, is this really what technology is about? Is this what our generation have come to? Like, I can go outside and stand in the middle of the street, take all my clothes off. Now I'm famous because somebody don't record it and somebody don't put it on the blog or something like that. Like it's sad. Like, people will be known and lit, so to say, for like the dumbest things. For the dumbest things. And it's like, if it don't really have no real like substance to it, I feel like we shouldn't feed it. Because that's what's like giving the people the battery to keep doing this foolishness.
But what's the hard thing about it? It's like, no matter what, you're still gonna have that 1% of people in the world.
Yeah, and you know what? And I feel
supporting the buffoonery.
Exactly, and that's what makes up the world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? Just like it got to be leaders, it got to be followers, it got to be bosses, it got to be workers. Like, everybody got to help each other. So it's like, we have to have those type of people in the world. But do we have to entertain it? Nah, we don't.
That's a fact. And you know what? We all learn to adapt to it.
Exactly.
We all learn to adapt to it.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
We wear the pants. We wear the sweatpants.
Exactly.
Okay? Like, we just got to learn how to live with it. Because,
Most definitely.
to each his own.
Exactly.
So do you feel like being on reality TV has helped you excel your career in other ways? Like, do you feel like it gave you a push?
Most definitely. Like, one thing about me, like, gratitude is like a must with me. So it's like, regardless of how my storyline was spent, regardless of how they made me look, I'm still thankful for the opportunity. Because, like I said, I'm from a small city, a very small city where everybody know everybody. And it's like, people from my city don't really make it to where I have. So it's like, even dealing with that, it comes to a point where you got a lot of pressure on your back, because it's like, so many people hold you to a standard, and it's like, dang, like, I got to keep putting on. Like, I got to keep making the city proud. But it's like, at the beginning of the day, man, I'm human.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, TV will be here today, and it may be gone tomorrow. You just never
know. Nothing lasts forever.
Yeah, you never go. So it's just like, I'm thankful for the situation. I'm super blessed. I appreciate the people that I've met. I appreciate like the fan base that is built. I appreciate the traffic that is. I appreciate more than anything the platform that is giving me, because now I got a voice to really like speak to people, and people watching. So I got to give them something to pay attention to.
Yes, that's a fact. So would you do it over again? Like, did you feel like it was an opportunity that you didn't want to pass up, but you also didn't really need it?
You don't really know what you need until it's presented to you.
That's true.
But what I would say,
yeah,
just like with people, people would tell you like, they need this, da, da, da. You don't really know what you need until something is presented to you.
Right.
But where I was in my life financially, I was making more money than I made on TV. If that's what anybody want to know, like, it's so crazy about TV.
Wait.
I know that was like way left, but I just had to put it out there.
Elaborate on that.
It's just one of those things where it's like, sometimes like you'll be surprised people will be on TV and like, man, listen, just because you on TV, people would think like you go from being your normal self and then now you a millionaire and you live in this lavish lifestyle, and it's not like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't get like this big lump sum. I don't know about any other network, but I know specifically for the network and the franchise that I was on,
right,
we don't get this big lump sum up front. We get paid bi-weekly, just like somebody working 9 to 5.
Right.
So it was like, when I had left everything to go do that, prior to me going to do that, I was working for myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Doing hair and makeup. So it was like, I honestly took a financial cut.
Right.
Going to do this TV, but like, I always trust my process, and
Because
I always see the bigger picture and things. So I knew like, this is an opportunity within itself. And then I'm like, okay, it's a reality TV. Now, mind you, I don't watch TV, so I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, I know my goal is to really do music. So if these people gonna follow me and we got the cameras up, it's a national show, like, all right, let's do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But to my surprise, it was not like that at all, okay? Right. It wasn't like that at all. But again, yeah, like, I'm grateful for the whole opportunity. And did I need it? for what I was trying to do or what I am trying to do and what I'm going to do, definitely beneficial as far as, like the platform and the traffic that it's giving me. But as far as like the drama that it came with, I could do without.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was getting into altercations on TV, and prior to that, I haven't even been into an altercation in
that probably
like over
honestly
7-8
didn't even make
years.
sense in your real personal life.
It really
because
didn't.
You just like,
it really didn't.
Why is this even a thing?
Exactly. Like to know me is to love me. Like I have a personality to where it's like, like I'm more genuine up front than anything.
No,
like so
most definitely. Yeah. That's one thing I can always say about
you know what I mean? So it's like to be in situations where like they put me in uncomfortable situations where I have to put my hands on somebody, or I felt like it's them and me, and then like I'm forced to do something. It's like I didn't like that, because like I'm the type of person, I get into it with somebody and I be feeling bad. I be feeling bad afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I didn't like the situations that they would put into our lives, because it's like, even though we doing this for entertainment, and
it's
even though it's for a show, into my real world, my personal life. So it was a lot of things like on the show to where it would be for storyline, but it started affecting my personal life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like every day after I do a specific scene, I'm coming home, I'm trying to tell my boyfriend at the time, or my family, and I gotta explain like, all right, I did a real uncomfortable scene. Y'all might not like what y'all see, but I had to do it, and I'm happy that it's over. I'm not gonna watch it. Y'all tell me about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, and nobody, like I was saying, nobody wants to come home and have
deal
to
with
deal
the weight
with
of that. You
and it's a long
like
day. On top of filming, you dealing with drama that's being, whatever.
Exactly.
And then you have to go home and now situate everybody and mentally prepare everybody for what.
Exactly. And there was a lot of times where I would say things on the show and I hadn't even told my family about it. So I felt uncomfortable with that. Right. It's like, I don't even trust the mass majority of these people, and I'm telling them things that like I haven't even told the people that love me most.
And you was probably doing it subconsciously
Exactly, because I was trying to be organic and let this guard that I had down so that people could feel for me, because apparently I had to be a little more transparent. But it's like they would take something personal and vulnerable to you and spin it to be a butt of somebody's joke and spin it for entertainment. So it's just one of those things where it's like you can never be too cautious. You can never be too careful. You just kind of got to flow and hope and pray that whatever it is, it end up turning out, working out for you.
Yeah, that's whack.
That's whack. It's super whack.
It is.
It's super whack.
All right, so you have a new project coming, something different for the night.
Yes, something different for the night.
When is that dropping, ma'am? Because we ready. We ready.
So listen, I have a surprise, right? Yeah. So tomorrow, one of my singles off of my EP is dropping. Yes. I'm about to put the link in my bio on Instagram. I've been trying to do it since last night, since I found out for some reason Instagram hating on the kid. They don't want me to put the link in the bio. But yeah, it's gonna be on Spotify when I drop it or whatever. But I want everybody to pre-save it when I go and post a link on my bio or whatever. But yeah, something different for tonight. I can't wait. So right now, it's projected to be out on my birthday next month, which is June 13th.
Yes, my Gemini baby girl.
Yes, it's projected to be out on June 13th. And I'm just excited. I'm excited about the whole project. It's a very personal, a very vulnerable, very intimate body of work. And I just can't wait for everybody to hear it.
Yes, I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I heard it and it was really good. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
You could tell it came straight from the heart.
Almost definitely.
I'm very excited for that, and I've been seeing a lot of like your fans on social media have been anticipating that.
Yeah,
like, when are you dropping music?
Yeah, like they got me kind of feeling like Rihanna. Like I feel attacked.
Yes, you
like
need to
every
drop
time I go live, all I see
waiting.
is like music. Like you look cute, but the music. Like, sis, where's the music, sis?
We're hungry.
Where's the music? So yes, tomorrow I will be dropping the first single off my project. The single is called Intuition. I can't wait for y'all to hear the project. Again, it's super vulnerable, super transparent. It's a story. It's a story about my personal relationship that I just, Wait,
we gonna get into that.
Wait, am I giving too much?
We got baby steps. So was reality TV a part of your life that may have taken part in helping you write this project, or was there an aftermath that led to the feeling and emotion behind this project? Because like I said, I heard some of it. It was really good. It was really heartfelt. It was really from the heart. And you could tell that it may have come from experience. It may have come from, something deeper down, because you were saying a lot of different stuff, a lot of stuff that you don't hear in the music today, because we all know what we hear in the music today.
Exactly.
Let us know, was it around the time of the show? Was it after the show? Was it a compilation of everything that was happening? It was
more so of a compilation of everything that I was going through in my life. Like I was saying earlier, prior to me moving out here, I had quit the show. You know what I'm saying? And again, it was just a lot of things that I was going through in my life. I fell into a really, really dark place, and it was just like I had to put everything that I was thinking, everything that I was feeling on wax. Like I had to get it out. And it's like, like I said, being on the show, that's reality TV, but a lot of it had spilled over into my personal life. So it started affecting things that was going on in my personal life. And I just got to a point where I was just like, I gotta go, man. I gotta go. Like, everything at this specific point in my life is stressing me the hell out. My relationship, my job, just everything. Like, I wasn't happy. I just wasn't, I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like myself. So when this project began to form, when that's this project,
sorry.
I started working on this project without really knowing that I was even working on a project. It started off as being like my thoughts inside of my notes, because like when I be feeling certain kind of ways, or when I dip off, I write things in my notes.
As you should.
Yeah, and like it just started as me like literally taking my notes and putting them down in the studio, and they end up, becoming like a song. And next thing you know, a song ended up becoming a whole catalog of music, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was definitely like a compilation of everything that I was going through in my life. And upon me, like, like saying my farewells to the show or whatever, it was just like, okay, like I know I need to do something. Like, I'm leaving this show, I'm leaving my relationship, I'm leaving my hometown.
Right.
I'm basically leaving everything, and I'm about to just go
Start
out
fresh.
on a limb. Yeah,
right.
on a limb. Like I said, I ain't have no plan when I came out here, so I just was like, I basically was just winging it. And you got to trust your process, because prior to me writing, like some of the things that's on my project, I didn't have nothing to talk about. I knew I wanted to do music, but like I had a writer's block. Like I couldn't really like speak. And it was because everything in my life was routine.
Right.
It was because I wasn't happy with the things that was going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like once I separated myself from everything, and like I told you, I stepped out of the situation. I got to reflect on it and put like everything into perspective. And that's what like allowed me to be able to really create the music that I have right now.
And you know what's so great about that? A lot of people are probably going through the same thing right now, where they feel like they're stuck in a situation
Most
mentally,
definitely,
emotionally.
Most definitely.
And they could listen to this and they could literally just follow the steps of your process, because I too have been in situations where I felt like, mentally restricted and just like emotionally restricted, and like felt like, it was just no coming back to my real self.
You feel like you be living for everybody else. And like I was saying,
and
because I'm from this city, where people don't really like do too many like things to where they feel like it's excellent. I had a lot of pressure from that. I had a lot of pressure from my family. I had a lot of pressure just from everything and everybody that was around me. So it was just like, okay, maybe if I disappear temporarily, I'm not one of those people that think about ending my own life, but maybe if I disappear and really like separate myself and isolate from everybody else, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll miss me a little bit. Maybe they appreciate me more. You know what I mean? And that's what I've learned. Like, during the whole process of everything, sometimes your presence is felt more during your absence. And that's really what I had to do.
I didn't know. Because, like I said earlier in the interview, that we've been cool for a while. I didn't know that you was going through, so much at once. But I did say, and I will say it again, that you look like you're in much better spirits and just glowing and
so
happy.
Good. I feel so radiant. I feel so good.
And you look it, and it shows.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful process.
Thank you.
Like we spoke prior, evolving. It's a beautiful process.
Most definitely. And the biggest thing that I would want to just tell people is just that, like, regardless of what you're going through in your life, like, don't ever become too attached to the struggle and the hardships that you're going through, because they don't last. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's financial, whether it's personal, whatever you're going through that's paining you, you got to learn how to turn that pain into power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the things that I've went through within this last year that I've had, that's what I've learned how to do, turn my pain into power and make it work for me. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll be stuck and attached to the things that you got going on in your life, and you'll be in a hole. And it'll be hard for you to get yourself up out of that. So it's like, you got to understand and trust your process. You can't get used to whatever you're going through. And you got to understand that every struggle that you are going through is only preparation for what's next in your life.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So tell us about, just growing up and stuff. Like, when did you first start to understand your musical talents?
I've actually been, like, me and my mom, like, that's the language we speak. We speak music. You know, I learned how to spell my name when I was, like 1, because of her singing it to me. Jadah, Jadah. Yeah,
I gotta do that with my little sister.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And then it's like, like music, that's just the language that we speak. Like, from a young age, I was super like musically like inclined, whether it was like vocally or like instruments and stuff. Like I used to play the violin. Like I could hear something, and like I didn't really know how to read music, but I could play it. Like I could play it just off of ear from what I heard. Right. And then it's like, even with certain songs, like you could play them on time for me. And it was like,
I didn't know you knew how to play the violin.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I started playing the violin when I was 8 years old.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you don't come across so many people that play the violin either.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's so odd. Like,
yeah, you don't.
It's so odd.
You don't, especially women of color. Like it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sight to see.
Yeah.
Like that's gorgeous.
It's a vibe.
It's
definitely a vibe.
It definitely is
a vibe.
So was this project like a big release? Like, you know how sometimes things can be a huge weight lifted off your chest. Did you feel like this was like...
Yeah, it was a relief.
Putting this out, leaving it behind me, and I'm moving on to new and better things.
New and better, yeah. And that's why like this project is not trendy. It don't sound like everything that we hearing right now. I didn't really want to be trendy. I wanted to be real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like trends, they come and they go. And then they come back and then they go again. Trends have their time. So it's just like, I feel like if you stay true to who you are, that promotes longevity. And the fan base that I'm trying to attract, I want them to grow with me as I grow. I don't want them to like me today and don't care about me tomorrow, because the new girl that come out tomorrow, she got something hotter. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I'm trying with my specific music. That's why, like, when people ask you, do you sing or do you rap? I'll be like, I sap. You know what I'm saying? They like, what's your style of music? Is it R&B? Is it trap? Is it rap? I'm like, it's neo-trap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I brand myself in that specific way. Neo-trap is mine.
Yes, and speaking of neo-trap, I know you described yourself as a neo trap artist. When I had initially heard the project, can you explain that in your perspective to someone who may not understand or be familiar with the neo trap artist, what it is?
Okay, so neo trap to me, when I take the neo part, that's more of the feeling. That's like the music that you feel. That's the music that you can relate and emote to. It's vulnerable, it's transparent, it's relatable. That's the neo part of it. The trap part is the part that make you move, is what you can vibe to. So It's like I wanted to take neo soul. Yeah, I wanted to take neo soul and trap music and put them together, because I feel like everything right now is so categorized. And move
your body
like everything
at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I hear certain beats might make me kind of want to like rap a little bit to them, and then certain beats might make me want to kind of sing to them. So it's like, why do I have to be labeled? Why do I have to be in this box?
Why do you have to limit yourself?
Exactly. You don't ever want to limit yourself. So that's why I'm like, I'm going to create my own genre.
I'm such an advocate for telling people, like, don't limit yourself, but have a plan with everything that you want to do. Make sure it's not just something that you're just doing
off the impulse because you see somebody else monetizing for it. And cool. That's why I said I didn't want to be trendy.
Exactly.
Because it's like somebody could have a following, a large following for absolutely no reason, right? And then somebody could put a bug in the ear like, yo, you should do music just because, you know what I'm saying?
It's your
music
heart
and
is
it's
not really in it.
Exactly.
Just leave it to the people who take it dead serious.
Girl, just go keep bringing the looks, keep looking good, and keep getting the likes for being fly or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing for DJing.
One thing I would say is something that I've learned a long time ago. My mom used to always tell me, it has to be in you, not on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like people, they do
easy
things.
Come, easy go.
Man, exactly. People do things that they see other people benefiting from, and they like, well, if she doing it, I'm gonna do it too, and I'm gonna do it just like her. Nah, you gotta create your own lane. If you got your own lane and you literally driving in your own lane and you focus on your goal and where you going, you can't worry about what's beside you. You're not gonna worry about or see what's behind you over here. You're not gonna crash because you're not swerving into nobody's lane. So I've created my own lane to where they could do what they doing on the left, they could do what they doing on the right, and they could do what they doing behind me. But I'm just focused on what I got going on. I'm excited for what everybody else is doing. It's like a wonderful time to be a woman in music right now. The women is taking over. And I'm elated to see like everything that everybody do. And it's just like, I wish everybody the best in their career and doing what they doing. But I'm in my own lane, baby. I'm not worried about what nobody doing. People ask you, well, how you feel about this? Do you think you're going to be the next this? I'm like, nah, I'm going to be the next me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not trying to compare.
Yeah, exactly.
And
people
you know what's so important?
I
try to tell people all the time, you know, when all you see is yourself, you don't have nothing to be afraid of. You don't have nothing to worry about. I try to tell people all the time, like, you know, there's no such thing as competition. You worry about yourself. When you worry about, people ask me all the time, oh, do you know such and such? I know of them, but I don't know nothing about them. I don't pay no attention to them. I'm doing my own thing. I'm in my own lane. I need to be focused on what I'm doing. So I agree with you on that 100%. When you in your own lane, like, and you start looking over here to your right, like you're gonna mess around and swerve and you might crash. So it's just like, keep your eyes on your own prize.
Exactly.
Keep your eyes on your own prize.
Yeah, I had just said something like that. Basically, like yesterday, it's just like, just because the shoe fit don't mean it's yours to wear. Like, don't touch stuff that don't belong to you. You know what I'm saying?
So, Jadah, tell us, what's your creative process like? Because I know earlier in the conversation you did say that the project is something that kind of just came about, like it wasn't something planned.
Yeah, no, it wasn't planned at all. I didn't say, I'm about to just start working on the EP.
Yeah, so
no, it wasn't like that at all.
So tell us, how is your creative process usually like? Do you just go into the studio knowing already what you want to record? Do you pen things down? Like, you know, do you freestyle? Like, what's your creative process?
Honestly, I kind of do a little of all of that. Like I said, I put everything in my notes.
True artist.
My notes is like what I build off of, you know what I'm saying? And like, I don't really know how to write music. That's the fun fact. I don't know how to write music. I just know how to write poetry.
Right.
So I literally would go in the booth and like, I would try to sing like my poetry, and then like, you know, my producer, my engineer, they put it in song format for me.
Nice.
But yeah, like my creative process.
So you're really constructing it from the ground up.
Yeah, like literally built from the ground up.
That's beautiful.
And yeah, most definitely.
I never heard of anybody like putting together a track like that. Like literally like just taking
you have
stuff
to build
from
it. Exactly.
And then you have your team. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's nice.
Exactly. And like the notes that I the song that I'm releasing tomorrow, actually, it's from a notes of like 7-Eleven, and I recorded this song. Did I record this song? I recorded this song in like the end of November. I recorded this song like the end of November, honestly, but it was something that I had wrote in my notes from July 11th. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I always make sure I put things in my notes because I don't never know when it's gonna apply to like my current day. You know what?
I do the same thing with quotes. And when it applies, it feels good to get that off.
Yeah,
it's like a sigh, like a long sigh. It's nice.
Exactly. But like one thing I have to be cautious about, because my notes and sometimes the things that I be thinking and feeling, like when I put them in my notes, they always manifest. Like I could just like start creating something, and it could be something that I'm not even personally going through, but literally I would literally go through everything that I've put in my notes. So that's why I'm like, okay, anytime I have to be cautious of what I say and what I put in front of me to
anytime
see, to visualize.
Because when I want to manifest things, I write it on paper.
Yeah,
and
I
just
have to
keep
first. You have to. You have to. You write it down, then you visualize it. You start thinking and moving like it. And it, oh God, you got to stay away from evil or negative thoughts, or just anything that is just not like benefiting you, because
people don't understand how strong
the mind,
they are.
Yeah, the mind is very powerful, and the tongue is even more powerful. So always be mindful of the things you speak over people and to people.
Yep. So speaking for the future now, and you know the near future, who would you like to work with? Like, what are some dream collabs?
I would like to work with.
I can see a Rihanna.
Listen,
feature.
I love Rihanna down to the ground. Like, I would drink Rihanna's bath water. Like, I love Rihanna down.
feature.
Listen, I would love to work with Rihanna. I would love to work with Cardi. I would love, and this is just me being like a feminist, I think, because the only people that I'm looking forward to working with right now are women. Yeah,
Nice.
Realistically. That's
Yeah,
why I
I've
said
been
it's a
working with a
wonderful
lot of women,
time
too.
to be like a female in music, because it's like women are really excelling and really doing their thing.
It's so funny because I've been working with a lot of women lately too. I want to say the last 10 months I've been like working with a lot of women, like hard and heavy,
Right.
and it's almost on some like I ain't taking no male clients right now.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what's so
ain't-
crazy? I had a lot of guys reach out to me for my project
Right.
for like features, like
Features.
for male features, and I'm like, I don't want any features on my project right now.
I mean-
because it's like I want people to get into me as an artist. It's so
Right.
hard to transition from being
And-
somebody on reality TV and being respected and received seriously as an artist, because you have so many people doing it to where it's super trendy and it's just like it's not organic. The transition is not really good for everybody, and realistically, the only person that I can honestly say who transitioned the way that they did and it worked for them is Cardi. You know what I'm saying?
And not to mention that it's a very personal project.
Yeah, it's
So
very.
you also don't want.
I don't want no male. Like, I don't
Exactly.
need
You
no
don't
male
want-
energy. I don't want no testosterone on my
not
project,
even,
baby.
but not even just male energy. Like, you don't want a lot of features on it, regardless, because it's a very personal project. And this is like your. I feel like this is like your breakthrough. Like, I feel
Exactly,
like this
exactly.
is the ladder to a new time in your life.
Yeah, most definitely. It's
yeah.
a new chapter. It's definitely a new chapter. And me creating my project, that was me finishing off the last chapter of my life. So when my project wrapped up, I'm like, all right, I could move on to bigger and better. I could really like be open to
Right.
certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like prior to that, I was super dark and super going through a lot of different things. So I can now put that behind.